Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Comfort. I create content around the sewing niche and I drop new videos every week. So if you're yet to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss out on any of my videos. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. So in this video, I shall be teaching you guys how to make a pencil skirt without gathered layers. So if this is what you want to watch, stay tuned. I have with me my Tulle 1.5 yard of fabric, my matching lining, the zipper, a chalk, and a tool. That's net, my paints. I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into two, and I folded with the widest part of my circumference, which is my hip. And if you have a material that has a pattern, please ensure that you place your material properly. You can see the flower is facing up and the root is facing down. So I've gone ahead to fold again into 4, and I will be cutting the back and the front together. The back I came inwards with 1.5 inches for the zipper, for zip. So now you can see it's into 2. I folded again. Now from this folded edge, we'll be cutting from that folded edge, and that folded edge will be the front, and this other side is the back, which is the 1.5 inches. Now my hip divided by 4, hip I'm working with is 45, divided by 4 is 11.5 inches, and I added 1.5 inches. As you can see, 13. We have 13 from the folded edge. So I'll go ahead and draw a starting line, draw a straight line on top. Now from this starting line, I'll come up with 2 inches. These 2 inches will be adding band, will be attaching band to the waist. So from the starting line, I went ahead and draw my hip. That is 7 to 8 inches. That is where my hip lies. So I'll go ahead and draw the length of the skirt, pencil skirt, which is 17 inches. And I added 2 inches to it. We'll be hemming with 1.5 inches and ½ inch for joining. So we'll be attaching a band on the waist. Now I've drawn a straight line as a starting line. I came down by 7 to 8 inches. That's where my hip lies. And I came down, that is my skirt length, and I added 2 inches allowance for hemming. So guys, we'll go ahead and draw a straight line. So now my waist is 36. 36 divided by 4, 9 inches plus 1 inch for that and 1.5 inches for allowance. Now my hip is 45 divided by 4 is 11.5 inches plus 1.5 inches for allowance. Now whatever I have on the hip, I'll minus 1 inch from it. I have 13 on the hip, and on the hemming side is 12 inches. I remove 1 inch. So I'll go ahead and join. So you can see I've joined the lines. So this is me cutting. So now guys, from the folded edge, your span measurement, my span measurement is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So be coming down with 4 inches. That is for the darts. I came down by 4 inches from the waist. So I'll be marking my darts 0.5 inches on both sides. Go ahead and connect. That is the 1 inch that we had it on the waist for the darts. So guys, I'll go ahead and notch that 4 inches, which is my darts. I've notched already. So I'll go ahead and cut the starting line. This is me cutting that starting line. So now I'm just trying to notch properly. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut my lining, and my lining is 1.5 inches shorter. Remember, we added 2 inches for hemming. 0.5 inches will be for joining the band to the waist. So go ahead and pin the bottom. I'll pin up and show us. So you go ahead and hem at the bottom like so. You drag your lining up, you stitch your sides. So I'll just open it up and show us. So after you're done hemming the bottom, you stitch your sides, then join your lining to your fabric on top. So guys, you go ahead and sew your darts. Sew your dart with 4 inches length. You sew your darts. Now just measure. See, I have like 15 inches left. 15 inches. So guys, for the front, we'll come down by 1 inch. You can see I'm coming down by 1 inch. I'll mark out 1 inch and connect to the side. We'll be cutting out this 1 inch so that our front will sit properly when you wear. Yeah. Just do like so. Go ahead and cut 1 inch on your front side. That's, you fold it and cut 1 inch. I've gone ahead to chalk my zipper allowance. You know, we added 1.5 inches for zip. So after I was done hemming the fabric with the lining, I was left with 1 inch. So I'm done pinning up the back zip. So this is the back and the front. So go ahead and join your waist and your hip. So I'm done joining, guys. I'll go ahead and remove the pins so that we can be able to lay our net on top of the skirts. Don't insert your zipper yet, because we'll be putting the net, we'll be sewing the net on top of the skirts and sewing the zip together with the net. So guys, you go ahead and measure your round waist. So this is me measuring my waist to know what I have. So after I'm done measuring my waist, I got 38 inches. So you can see 38 inches. Normally my waist is 36 plus 1 inch for the zip allowance, that is 38. So I'll go ahead and lay my net. So we'll be cutting half circle flay. I'll be laying it on top because, you know, normally because of this hip that we have, if we cut the two straight, it will not sit properly on the fabric on our skirts when we are done sewing. So go ahead and cut like a half circle flay so that it can be able to sit properly because of the hip that we have on the side. So I'll go ahead and lay my nets and cut an half circle. So guys, I've gone ahead to fold my fabric like a triangular shape. That's as if you're writing an A. So my round waist is 38. 38 divided by 2 is 19. We are cutting an half circle. Like that, as you fold into 2. We are not folding into 4 because it's an half circle. So I'll just go ahead and mark. This is the 19 inches for the waist. That's your waist. Whatever you have on your waist, you measure whatever you have on your waist. That's your skirt. You divide into 2. Okay. Then now from the chalked, where I chalked, I went down by 15 inches. That's the length of my skirt. It's 15 inches, and I added 7 inches to it. That's 7 inches. That's 22 inches for the first layer. This is the first layer that we are trying to cut. This half circle is the first layer. Sorry guys, my net is so transparent. As I'm even choking, I'm not even seeing what I'm choking on the net. It's just reflecting on the tiles. You can see I'm just following what I've chalked on the tiles to just cut out. And again guys, I used a net that is kind of like thick. My net is not light. Our advice, if you're buying your own, to ensure to buy something soft. Okay, so that it can, I mean, after sewing it will lap. You can see mine did not really lap. Do you get? It's standing. Do you get? It was kind of standing because my net is not soft. It's not light. Do you get? So I'll just go ahead and cut. So I'll place the net on my skirt. We'll be sewing on top. We'll be joining the net to our fabric on top. Now this is our first layer, guys. That's the length is 15 inches and I added 7 inches to it. So I'm gonna head to sew. I'm gonna head to join my net to my fabric. So if you have excess, just cut out your excess. Just cut out your excess like straight. You get? Just cut it out like so. Yeah, if you have any excess, cut it out. So my length is 15 inches and I added 7 inches. That's the net is extra 7 inches. That's 22 inches. Now this is my second layer. The length too is 7 inches, guys. 7 inches. And it's up to 8 yards. Just cut out, just cut out, whatever. I don't know. You can make use of 2, 3, or 4 or 5 yards of net. I made use of 5 yards. Do you get? I made use of 5 yards of net. Now the third layer should be fuller than your second layer. The third layer is up to 22 inches. Yes, so guys, it's up to 22 inches. So just go ahead and join like so. So this is how I gathered my net. My machine, I set it to the loosest speed. So as I was sewing on top of the net, it was helping me to gather. I didn't stress myself to be pulling thread. So this is how I gathered my net. So guys, this was how I placed my gathered layers. You just place it on top. This is me placing the third layer to the second layer. I just placed it on top. You just sew on top like so. Be gentle about it. It's a little bit tricky. Do you get? It's a little bit tricky. Just try to sew gently. Yeah. So guys, I've gone ahead to join my second layer to my first layer and my third layer to my second layer. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut my band. Yeah, my waist is 38 inches. So you can see 38 inches. So I cut out, the width is 2.5 inches. We'll be joining with half an inch, and the length is 39 inches. That's half inch. We'll be sewing with half an inch on the edge and half an inch on the other edge. So you just go ahead and place your fabric like so. So you just come down by 8 inches for your zip. So from the 8 inches, you just sew down. Just sew down. So just Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you've not subscribed. Love you. Bye.